Acceleration down the incline. This is our third situation. That's where we have our incline, put our object on the incline. Let's say some information here. 13 degrees. It's going to have a coefficient of friction of 0.03. This thing will weigh 18 kilograms. And you're going to be told that your applied force is upward Fa. Okay, so that's all we're going to know. It's accelerating down the incline. That means that this applied force is just not going to be enough to actually get it continue to go up the incline. So, filling in all of our information, that's force of gravity, that's Fy, that's Fx, which is going to go here, Fx, and that's going to be your force of friction because it's trying to oppose the sliding downward of that block. So our question, I'm going to tell you that the block is accelerating at 0.15 meters per second squared down the incline. And I'm going to ask you to find then the applied force that will actually cause this thing to accelerate downward. This is 13 degrees, which I think you know. That's your normal force, which we'll use to calculate our friction. Good. First step. What I would do first is I would turn this thing into a linear situation. So I would redraw this whole 18 kilogram block. I'm going to put my applied force that way. I'm going to oppose my frictional force, and then I'm going to give a big Fx to the left. So my Fx has got to be bigger than Fa plus Ff. That's how it's going to accelerate down the incline. I'm also going to say, just for ease, that left is positive. I know we don't do that too often. We always say it's right, but it's accelerating left. That way we can make this thing a little easier when we do our second step, which is our sum of Fx. So let's see here. This is going to be Fx is going to add to negative Fa, which is going to add to negative Ff, which is going to be equal to my mass times my acceleration. Fx I know. It's here. That is force due to gravity sine theta. My applied force I don't know. I'm trying to find that. I know my force of friction is mu Fn, which I know is Fy, which I'll get to in a second, equals mass acceleration. So let's see, that is going to be 180 sine 13 degrees minus this Fa, which I don't know, minus 0.03. My normal force is going to be 180 cosine 13 equals my mass, which is 18, times my acceleration, 0.15. I am going to just solve straight off to what the Fa should end up being equal to. So my Fa, I'm just doing this in my head, 180 sine of 13 minus 0.03, 180 cosine of 13 minus 18, 0.15. That's my Fa. And just double check that. I brought that over to this side, makes it positive. Bring this over to that side as negative. This is already negative. That's already, yep, that's right. Put it in your calculator. That's going to end up being 40, subtract 5.26, subtract 27. So your applied force ends up being 7.74 newtons. And we go back to our original, which is going to be up the incline. There you go. Okay, so there you go.